Hello?
Helgen?
No.
I think I got a wrong number, but I was curious, are you the owner for 1695 Erie Station Road by chance?
No, I'm not. That's my brother. I can give you his phone number if you would
Sure.
like.
Yeah, definitely. What's the good phone number I can reach out to him?
Okay, hold on. His number is 7. He is taking care of everything for that address because my mother has severe dementia.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll call him and see if I can able to help you out for this one.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Bye bye.
Okay. Bye. Hmm.
Nice job. So there we go. Wait, that's great. Not giving up, and you've got you just generated a lead from what most agents would probably give up on. Like, oh, I got the wrong number. Sorry about that. Hang up the phone. You hung in there. Ask one more question. Hey, I'm getting a lot of feedback when you make a phone call. Are you calling on like a VoIP, or are you calling off your cell phone?
Cell phone.
Huh. All right. When you called through, the audio coming through was like really staticky. But let's try to call the brother. This seems like a good opportunity.
Okay.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. 585.
Okay. That's the voicemail.
So now I would text him. So this is a great opportunity for you to text. So you don't have to do a video text per se this second. All I would say, Kim, is I spoke with your sister about the property for sale and was wondering if you had a quick second to jump on a call. Like, we want to keep it very vague. We want to intrigue the prospect's curiosity to increase the likelihood for them to take us up on a conversation. And I don't know if you got her name or not, but it would be better if you said, hey, I talked to your sister, Sue, or whatever, just to make it more relevant.
I did not.
That's okay. That's okay. Just say, I spoke with your sister. She asked me to give you a call about the house for sale. Wondering if you could jump on a quick call.
Okay, I'm doing that. Huh.
Is there? Yeah, I don't know. I'm getting some feedback on your audio, but do you have a fan on or something? That's all right. We'll keep rocking and rolling, but
So you're hearing that?
well, when you call, it gets really fuzzy, and we can't even really hear you at all. I wonder if you take the phone away from the computer, if your computer's like picking up a signal from your phone. I don't know. I have no idea.
It could be. Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead. Text that out.
I talked to your sister this morning about the property at Erie Station Road. She asked me to give you a call.
And then what I would say here is, you can identify yourself as a realtor, and then I would say I was curious if you're still open to reviewing offers. Are you able to jump on a quick call? I'm going to send you an email with the expired listing text script, the video text script, so you have that as well, so you can make that. But go ahead, you can call the next lead if you want.
Okay. Susan?
You get the wrong number again.
Oh, all right. So, I believe I do have a wrong number, but I'm just wondering, are you the owner of 58 Torrey Street by chance?
No, I don't know. I don't know who you're referring to.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Sorry for disturbing.
Hey,
Okay.
one thing you can do to keep these calls going longer is say, hey, before I let you go, that will put them at ease because they're once they find out it's a call that they don't want to be on, they can't wait to be off the call.
Yeah.
They can't wait to hang up. And so to buy yourself some time to put them at ease so that they know the end is near, just say, hey, really quick, before I let you go, and then you can ask another question. It works really well.
Okay.
Hello?
Cesar?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. I might have a wrong number, but before I let you go, can I ask you a quick question?
No.
I was trying to reaching out to the owner of Glendside Way. Are you the owner by chance, or related to the owner?
No, but
Oh, I'm so sorry about that.
You tried it. It was good. You said, can I ask you a quick question? She says, no. We asked it anyway. She hung on there. She didn't hang up.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I started using before you hang up.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a quick question.
Yep, exactly right.
I think William Ross started that.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like one of the best language patterns we can use because the prospect, you call it out before the prospect actually does it. And they're like, wow, how did you know?
If you feel you've received this message,
Okay, that's not the correct number either. Okay, so this guy texts me. Bill. Okay, yeah.
Oh, he did? Cool.
Yeah.
So let's give him a shout.
Okay, so
Just say, so what did he say exactly?
he just say, okay, yeah.
Okay, great. So just say, I'll give you a call now.
Okay, how's that in this property? I'm probably gonna buy myself and flip it.
Well, there you go. I mean, use that in the call, right? Just say, hey, I'm interested in either purchasing it and really focus on setting the appointment, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the reason I'm reaching out is I'd like to see the property. I might potentially buy it, right? And then you could talk about, and if I don't, I'm also a real estate agent. We could talk about getting you a retail price for the property.
Hey, Bill, this is Cam. How you doing this morning?
I'm good.
So I was calling about the Erie Station Road. I believe it's belongs to your parents' property.
No, it's my property.
Oh,
My
it's-
name's on it.
Your
My
name is on it.
mother's name's on it too.
Oh, okay. Because I talked to your sister this morning, and yeah, and I saw like it was listed for sale. It came off the market. What happened there?
Well, they were trying to get the quick seller,
Mm-hmm.
quick money, just by getting people to look at it or whatever. And I'm not doing it like that this time. I know the police is trying to get it quick.
Okay.
10,000 out of it, by
Mhm.
just getting one day of work for 3 hours of showing it, so there wasn't enough time to show it. There was only 4 or 5 people that came and looked at it.
Oh,
So,
okay.
It was one of them quick things, and
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, Bill,
I've been talking to Remax and stuff, and I'm talking to the agent,
Mhm.
but I haven't committed with any of it because
Mhm.
I know that it's still a seller's market, and the assessed value just went up again. So, because obviously I'm gonna have to pay more taxes this year too. So
Okay.
it's like I'm not trying to get robbed,
Mhm.
I owe 60 on the mortgage, so I'm pretty much trying to get at least 150.
Okay.
I have to be able to get something that's contingent. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally hear that. So, let me ask you this.
Need on both for both parties, for the
Mhm.
seller and for me.
Okay, Bill. So, the reason for call today is I'm a local investor and also a realtor. So, I'm interested in taking a look at it, and probably I'm going to buy it. And if I didn't, then I probably able to get you at least the market value in the seller's market. And I know Henrietta is like very tough. I just have a listing went live yesterday that already scheduled for like 9 showings in like 2 days. So I totally with you. The market is still strong. So I want to schedule some time with you today so I can take a look at it.
I can't do it. I can't do it today.
Okay, yeah. When?
Yeah, my girlfriend is sick right now with
Mhm.
COVID.
Oh,
Yeah, so there would be no way to until the contagious part and all that stuff is done.
so
Yeah, I'm actually not. I don't have it. She's leaving.
So when do you think it's gonna be best for us to meet?
Excuse me?
So when do you think like it's gonna be best time for us to meet?
Probably next week.
Probably next week. So let me see my calendar. Let's just schedule something out, and like if that didn't work, we can always reschedule, right? Uh, so next week, can you do Wednesday or Thursday?
Yeah, we can do Wednesday or Thursday.
Okay. So let me put you in my schedule for Wednesday at 3 p.m. or 5 that works for you.
Okay, yeah, five's good.
5 is good?
Yep.
Okay, so let me put that in my calendar. And before I let you go, let me do this. Let me quickly send you an email notification so you and I both get notified that we are, scheduled to meet on Wednesday.
Yeah, sure thing, sure thing.
So what's going to be a best email for you to use typically?
It's my last name first and my first name.
All right, I'm gonna send you a quick email, and I also gonna have my resume attached, so you typically know like what I do for living, and actually like how my game plan works to get you at least market price if I end up not buying it. Okay.
Yep, sure.
All right. Thank you so much, and happy New Year. All right.
Because it needs work. I mean, there's work that needs to be done there.
Mhm.
It's really not, I don't think that much work needs to be done.
Okay. Yeah, I will.
Small, it needs
Yeah, I'll.
tiles in the kitchen and stuff like that. But all the bones are
Mhm.
really that. So just clear out the house and let go. And that's why me and her got 2 storages that were falling out. That's why I need a little time. I want to get as much out of the house before and even my brother keeps property. Because like, if you don't shit out of here, you can sell it fucking no problem. So I'm like, but it's really hard in the winter to do that stuff, because it's cold and you want to do it.
Yeah, I hear you, Bill, and like that's true about this market. Like whatever happening in the other states, we are still strong. So I'm totally with you. So we're gonna figure out more and explore more when I'm there on Wednesday at Wednesday at 5 p.m. and we'll go from there.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Bill.
All right, have a good one.
All right, you too. Bye.
Thanks. Bye bye.
That was a good one.
So nice job. So you got a couple things I want to talk about. So great job setting an appointment within the first 15 minutes of doing some prospecting. That's a great way to start the day. So a couple things. When he was talking, I felt as though maybe you were in a rush to start talking. You almost started to get into the point where you maybe were trying to cut him off because you were so, I don't know if it was anxious or in a hurry. Could you tell me about that a little bit?
I thought like he stopped the conversation and I was trying to talk and he continues and I just pushed back. Okay, so let me, I'll let him talk.
Okay, good. Because I think what happens is when we make a lot of phone calls, we're so used to a prospect being in a rush that we feel we have to rush into a conversation. However, what is the actual goal of a great conversation over the phone? What is our goal?
Just listen. Let them talk.
Yeah, exactly. So when we find a great prospect that has great motivation, like this guy does, we say, okay, let's slow down. Let's be patient. Let's let him get everything out. Because the more he's talking, the more we learn how we can best help this person. And so that's number one, is to slow down. When we make all the phone calls that we make every day and we find somebody that has motivation to sell, let's stay in the pocket. Let's be patient. That's number one. Number two, so the end result was fine. I'm talking about optimizing and getting better. And so one of the other things that we can start to do on these phone calls when we set an appointment is we can start to talk about the appointment and the potential outcomes of that appointment. You can call that a trial close. You can call that qualifying the appointment. You could talk about future pacing. All of these things are fine. But what we want to have happen is to increase the likelihood of the appointment sticking, and then also increasing the likelihood of the prospect having a good, clear expectation of what the appointment is and what the appointment isn't. What we could have done there is, now that we've got the appointment, we can set the intention for the appointment. So what that could sound like is this, and I know you know this, but we can role play it. So Cam, listen, I've got you on my calendar Wednesday at 5. I'll send you a calendar invitation for Wednesday, so it will be on our calendars. I'll also include a copy of my resume. Now, Bill, on that resume, it's going to outline exactly my marketing strategy that will cause your property to sell for the highest price. Can you do me a favor? Can you review that before Wednesday next week? Yes, I can. Okay, cool. Before I let you go, can I ask you a couple of questions to make sure that we get the most from our time together Wednesday? Well, yes, you can. Great. So then you can start to really talk about, because he started getting into it. He was like, hey, wait, I don't want to get off the call. The property needs work. Here's how much I owe on the property. All the stuff we would ask in some of the questions we would want to know leading up to an appointment, he started offering up. So we got lucky. Yeah. I want you to be the one asking those questions. And then most importantly, what I want you to do and get in the habit of, and this is uncomfortable for most, and I think you're going to be fine with it, is, again, slowing down when we set the appointment to say, okay, now that I've set the appointment, now that I've asked questions to make sure that I'm prepared for the appointment, is let's ask a question like this. It's a hypothetical if-then framework that you've learned. So, Ken, let me ask you this. We'll probably be together for maybe, 30 to 45 minutes after I've had a chance to look at the property and assess kind of what it could sell for. I'll share with you what it is that I'll do to get it sold at the most money with the least amount of headache possible. And then at the end of our meeting, we can talk about whether or not it makes sense to potentially work together. Is that something you're comfortable with? And then you gain the prospect's agreement around the intention of the appointment, so that when we're at the appointment, we both know up front what we're doing here. And there's no vagueness. We're not beating around the bush. And that's the part I'd like to see you get into as well.
I used to do that, but, I usually qualify them after the appointment date to make sure.
That's what I thought.
In that, what's the reason for meeting? So typically, that's the reason, whichever expire I go, most likely I take a listing, because I already set the expectation with them that this is what's going to happen during the appointment.
Yeah, and I thought that you were doing that. The other thing I would tell you is, when you start having those conversations, great coffee mug, by the way, I got the same one. When you start getting in those conversations, to be even more effective, to help people not feel sales resistance or sales pressure, I also like to throw in this. So when I'm saying, hey, we could talk about whether or not it makes sense for us to work together, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not the agent for everyone. And so regardless if we end up working together or not, I think that it's absolutely worth 30 to 45 minutes to explore some options, right? So that works really well too, speaking against your own interest. So the prospect doesn't feel like they're agreeing to this huge pressure sales pitch, that it's just an open conversation, that we're exploring opportunities to work together, and that you're not attached to the outcome. You're not a needy salesperson, right? And then you become more appealing to the prospect because you're not needy. Cool. Yeah, all right, let's call the next lead. Nice job.
Okay, let me quickly put this phone number down here so I don't lost it.
Yeah, perfect.
You have him in text, but I just want to put in Vulcan too.
For sure.
Hello?
I'm looking for Francisco. Is this Francisco, by chance?
Yes, who's calling?
This is Kim. I was calling about the property over there at Dewitt Clinton Lane. Are you the owner?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so I'm calling because I saw the home was came off the market unsold. Just wondering if you have sold it privately or still made available.
The house, is rented.
Oh, it's rented?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So is that like, are you renting for forever, or is something? Yeah, you would be open to selling this property down the road.
No, I don't know. I think I'm gonna keep it.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.
All right, so let's change that last question up just a bit. And the other thing is, I like how you're struggling a bit, like you're curious. That's nice. I think that the pace, sometimes we have to listen to the prospect and match their pace a little bit. So the pace could have been a little bit quicker there. I'm splitting hairs, not a huge deal. However, what I would do is, like in that situation, I like to ask the no oriented question, because it's so easy for that guy. If you ask a yes oriented question, because there is a little resistance because we're calling him out of the blue. If we don't use a pattern interrupt, it's so easy for him to get you off the phone. So what we want to do is invert that question to be no oriented. And I know you've heard me talk about that, but in this case, I would say, Ken, listen, obviously you have it rented out now. Are you totally opposed to selling it? If you got an offer with the numbers that made sense, with terms that were in your favor, is that something you're totally against? You see how compelling that question is? And when the way we need to deliver that question is with more conviction. So you see how I'm using inflection in my voice. I just did it again. I think that will help you communicate with more confidence, with more conviction, because right now these prospects, it's pretty easy to get you out of the way or get you off the phone. We need to be more intriguing. We need to pique the prospect's curiosity by being a more powerful communicator. So pretend like you're on stage and the prospects are all the people in the crowd. You're giving a captivating talk in front of people. How do I captivate this person's attention? We do that by having a more compelling tonality and using inflection with our voice.
Okay.
Make sense? All right, cool. Let's try to call a couple more here. Yeah, take that. Yeah, write that down just so we have that, so we don't lose that. And also, obviously, you're going to have this recording too, so you can have this for your records as well. So listen, I just want to kind of talk about a couple takeaways. I think that watching you stay in the pocket the way that you do tells me that from a mindset perspective that you're fearless, that you're confident, that you're not scared, that you don't have call reluctance. So the mindset is really, really good. I think what we need to do is just really work on, okay, I have to really listen to the prospect. Like I have to speak and ask questions with the intent to listen, not with the intent to talk. So I ask questions because I want to hear the answer, not because I'm focusing on what do I need to say next. So I'm going to ask questions. I'm going to slow down. That's number one. Number two is, once I ask those questions, I may want to dig just a bit deeper to really pull out motivation. We do that by gently pushing prospects away or speaking against our own interests, right? So, it's a headache to go through this process. I don't know if I'm the best agent for you. I don't know if it would be of any value to you. I'd be happy to meet with you. Speaking from a place of like not being needy, I think what you will find is more people will want to entertain the idea of working with you, right? And then the third thing is, and this is just a habit, because you have probably your whole life, like many other people, the way that the frame of the questions you have been asking your entire life have all been based around trying to get people to say yes. Not just in sales. I'm talking about just in life in general. I would start to think about, how do I invert some of my questioning in a way that provokes people to tell me no? And by doing that, it's them being agreeable. So don't do that with all of your questions, but try to come up with one or two question patterns that are designed to get people to say no and not yes. That by itself is the pattern interrupt, because that guy that was renting the property would have been a great time to do it. Like, are you totally opposed? Are you totally against? These are great ways for people to say, well, because the word totally means all or nothing, you'll find people to say, well, I'm not totally against it, just not right now. Oh, ding, 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 ding. There's our opportunity to generate a lead. Make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does.
Awesome. Well, listen, this was a lot of fun. Keep rocking and rolling. I'd like to do another one with you here maybe in a couple months to see kind of where you're at. Maybe we do one in the spring when there's a lot more activity, a lot more expireds, hopefully more for sell by owners. Let's plan on that. Cool?
Yeah, sure. I will.
All right, brother. I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day, all right?
All right, you too. Thank you.
Thanks, Kim.